As soon as you kind of see it and understand it and learn it, you won't be able to unsee it. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Megan and I post new videos every Wednesday. This week, I wanted to talk to you guys about how to structure your script and different story structures used in scripts. So I've already done a video about the different elements that go into a script, so the dialogue, the action, the description, the character introductions, all that. So if you want to kind of see more of the specifics, I definitely recommend checking out that video. But today I kind of want to talk about more the bigger picture of story structure. Now, what you might know really commonly is the 3-act structure, and that is still very widely used. The 3-act structure can be found in all sorts of different scripts, and that's just giving you a beginning, a middle, and an end. Then for like hour-long TV episodes, sometimes you'll see a 5 or a 6-act structure. It just kind of depends. You're looking at different acts usually. Not everybody will write out the act breaks, but there usually is that kind of a structure that will encompass a script and a story. How you format that story kind of depends, and you don't have to necessarily plan how you're going to structure the story. I mean, obviously you plan out what's going to happen with the script, but there are a lot of different story structures that are used again and again, whether or not people are planning on them. One of the most popular of these kind of story structures is the hero's journey. It's what you're gonna see in Star Wars, in Harry Potter. All of these like big adventure stories tend to use the hero's journey, and you can read about it in so many different places. It is used over and over and over again in the media. As soon as you kind of see it and understand it and learn it, you won't be able to unsee it. There are a lot of different types of these story structures. This is certainly not the only one, but it's kind of the most popular, and I'm sure that you can find a lot more online. I certainly don't know all of them off the top of my head, but the hero's journey is really the one that pretty much everybody's going to know. One book that actually kind of discusses the hero's journey and then connects it to not just stories in the media, but like myths throughout time is called The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and this is by Joseph Campbell. This one is really good to kind of see not just how the hero's journey works, but how it kind of shows up in so many different stories, not just recently, but for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Now, I talked about act breaks a little bit, and I kind of want to expand some more here because I see a lot of mistakes when I'm reading scripts around this. Even if you have a 3-act structure, that does not mean those acts should break evenly. So if you have a 30-page script, you should not have 10 pages per act. Depending on the script, especially when it comes to TV, you'll see this a lot, where the episode will start with a teaser, sometimes called a cold open. You'll have the teaser, cold open, whatever, at the front end of the script, and at the back end you'll have a tag. These will usually be very, very short scenes, and they just kind of like pull you right in, and then especially the tag will hopefully pull you in for the next episode, or it'll just kind of like add one more comedy punch. What you're looking at is you've got that teaser potentially, that's just a really quick boom right in. Then act 1 is where you're really introducing the problem. What's happening in this episode or in this movie that's like the problem that needs to be solved, the issue that your characters are facing, like what's the big bad here? You don't need to get to the root of all of your storylines, but your A story needs to be addressed in Act 1, and you don't want this to go on too long. So in a 30-minute script, you're looking at your first act, including the teaser, to end somewhere around 5 to 8 pages. So you don't want to hit that full 10, and the 8 is kind of pushing it, but if it makes sense for the story, it's okay. Then Act 2 is the bulk of your story. So this is where your characters are dealing with the problem. More problems may be introduced. They're kind of figuring out how everything's gonna work. Your comedy beats are gonna be in here a lot. This is the bulk of the story. This is like it's Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. For Act 3, this is really just pulling together the story, and how I tend to think about it is if problems are still being solved, like you haven't hit resolution yet, you're probably not in Act 3 yet. This is really like a few pages, and it's just it's the resolution, and as things kind of just fall into place for the next episode or to finish off the film. So you do not want your act 3 to be too long. That is something that will stick out so much if any of your acts don't really make sense with the beats, but especially if act 3 just starts in way too early, it's going to be super obvious. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you want to see any other videos on script structure or story structure. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see any other videos on my channel, let me know in the comment section. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and press the bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye!